Oh my god, my hair is a mess. What's up, you guys? I'm on my way home from work. Well, I'm gonna go pick up my babies. What's up, sis? Brooke, Lakendra, Scotty. What's up, y'all? Oh, thank you. I'm gonna go back to my black, y'all. Too much like all this uh kind of bright. kind of bright. But let's get into Jelani. Oh yes. So I was just watching a little bit of his press conference. So they found Jelani Dade's body. Now, I'm trying to understand because in the press conference they're saying he was found 24 hours later. Because the mama on the news said she didn't think it was him. Okay? He been missing a whole month, but allegedly they found him 24 hours later. Now, we've been aware that they found a body in the river. That's what I'm trying to figure out, LaKendra. Because they found a body out of the Illinois River. Okay? And the mama was talking about on the news. She said they haven't identified it yet. She also said they told her they couldn't tell her nothing yet. They were still working on identifying and everything like that. The problem is what I'm not understanding. They told her they didn't have a chemical agent in the coroner's department that was out of a chemical to do the DNA testing. They know the cause of death. They know all of that, but they are not releasing that yet because it's still a homicide case. Hey, Renee. Hey, everybody. It's still a homicide case, so they're not releasing none of that. I mean, it's a death investigation. They're not calling it a homicide yet. Death investigation. But he been missing 20, today be 25 days. The officer was saying on ABC Chicago, the next day, they found the body. So why was he still being searched for 24 days? 25 days. I'm confused. And so he did say they identified him by his dental records. That's what I'm saying. You couldn't borrow no type of chemical agent. Y'all couldn't priority ship what y'all need to identify this child. Y'all couldn't priority ship. Y'all couldn't do none of that. Now they're coming out speaking on it because people around the world finally are bringing attention to it, and they on their ass. They on Illinois' butt. And I got a specific video coming out. I might release it tonight. Just because they identified him today, so they want to play. So I'm gonna play too. So I got a video coming out tonight. Sure will. So they want to play, we can play too. Because all the information is written and recorded down in my video. Everything. So what they're saying today it's not making sense. It's not. You identified him by dental records. So y'all knew. Oh, I miss you too. Thank you. Y'all knew this was Jelani for a while, but why not tell the mama? I don't know. Something ain't making sense. And y'all know I'm an overthinker, so I'm going to think this down today. I'm going to break this down today. Maybe because sometimes officers make mistakes and they don't report things right and accurate. So maybe I'm just going to chalk it up that maybe the officer don't know what he's talking about. Okay, so the boy live in Bloomington. Go to ISU. Going to school to be a doctor. His car was a bit. Now I saw some idiots in the chat talking about maybe he committed suicide. No, he ain't commit no suicide. Yeah, his car was found abandoned in a park with the clothes he was last seen on video in it. So I wonder, was he found naked? Or what clothes did he have on when y'all found his body? Because the last clothes he was seen in was abandoned in his car. So somebody or himself removed the clothes. I don't think he put himself. If it's the body that I'm thinking they referring to, that body was found in the river, which would mean, well, if they say they found it 24 hours later, Haynes shares his opinion. If they found that body 24 hours later, it's, they should be able to still do DNA, but they did dental because they had an issue with DNA. They didn't have a chemical agent to process DNA. Mama said they got DNA from her and them in the family. They provided DNA so they could identify if that's their baby. So my question is are we talking about two different bodies? Because the body in the river, you gotta wonder if and question if did y'all do it identified by dental records, because there was nothing pretty much left, because y'all know we have aquatic creatures out that will do some damage to a corpse in the water. They will feed off a corpse in the water. So we do know that. But some ain't adding up. But LaKendra, I think you're right. But some ain't adding up. How far is the river away from the car? Where they saying his body was found, it's in a whole nother county. Bloomington Normal is McLean County. I used to live there. McLean County. His body was found in LaSalle County. So his body wasn't even in the same city. It's like, you know how to have those small hick towns, where you can drive 30, 45 minutes, you in the next city? Yeah, his body was found, what the police are saying, in the next city. County, LaSalle County, Peru. But he lives in Bloomington, Illinois. He goes to school in Bloomington, Illinois. He go to ISU. His car was abandoned in a park. His car was abandoned in the park. Nah, come on, traffic. Yeah. His body was abandoned in the dang old park. with the clothes he had on in the car. So my question is, did he remove him or did somebody else remove it for him? Because if that's the body in the river, I know he didn't put himself in there. I know he didn't strip himself of his clothes. That just don't make sense. So they need to release some more information. Where is LaSalle County? Because that's not who need to be talking. Because the officer couldn't give us a lot of detail. He couldn't give us nothing. He couldn't give us nothing except for how they identify him, and everything else we know. We know about the car. We know about the clothes. So he walked to the river to commit suicide. It was some people trying to ask that in the chat, but no, because his car was found in a whole park in a whole different other area, abandoned. It was a nice car too, because I thought about robbery. When I saw him, educated, nice looking young man, people can mistake you if you drive a nice car, if you having money. You got it going on, things of that nature. So when I saw his car, saw how he dressed, I was like, yeah, somebody probably caught him slipping. He wasn't paying attention. Got robbed. And then it went bad and got possibly murdered. And then they disposed of his car, disposed of his clothes. Because I'm thinking, but they really didn't dispose of it because they left it in the abandoned car. But I guess if they would have left it on him, they would be able to identify some evidence. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out why was his clothes in the damn car? Oh, his wallet was found on the ground somewhere. It was another thing of why I thought robbery. His wallet was found on the ground in a whole different other location. So his car in a different location. His wallet was found on the ground in a different location by a man with a red shirt on. And his body was found in a whole nother county. So definitely not a suicide, because he would have just drove his car to the location and jumped in. He wouldn't have his wallet in a whole nother place, his car deserted in a park, and his jumped in a river in a whole nother county to commit suicide. How would he have gotten there? He would need his car to get there. So that don't make sense. I don't know. Mama didn't mention nothing about a girlfriend, but you never know. Mama ain't mentioned nothing about a girlfriend yet. Hopefully she come out and say something, because she did say she noticed a slowdown in the investigation. So I believe they knew it was him for a while, or they had a suspicion it was him. But they just now coming out now, when I believe they knew it was Jelani. They knew it was Jelani. The officer said they found the body 24 hours later. So I hope y'all not telling us that y'all had this boy body for 24 days with no identification. I hope that is not what y'all are telling us, because Illinois, y'all finna get towed up. Y'all think y'all got it bad right now? Because people make them come out and speak. So that mama going out to the news stations and bringing awareness, as she should. She did bring up Gabby Petito, and I understand why she did that. That also made people look like, okay, what's going on? It's 24 days. And you have a body, but you can't identify what's taking so long. What's the problem? So they saying they identify him by dental records, but DNA, he said, was a problem because they didn't have a chemical agent. And that's what they told Jelani mama, Miss Day. They told her we couldn't identify, we waiting on a chemical agent, that's why we can't identify the body yet. That's what they told Miss Day. So that's what the officer said on the conference. He did say that. So it makes me question, okay, so we didn't get a chemical agent. Y'all had a body for 24 days, 25. How long does it take to do dental records? It's not making sense. It's not making sense. I'm trying to put two and two together. Then they won't give no answer if it was a homicide or all he's saying is death investigation, and LaSalle Peru has to be the one to release that information. That's what mama needs to do. She already got her own private PI. But if I was her, I would I agree. I would suggest a independent autopsy. Definitely. Because I have a feeling they about to hit us with accidental death, no foul play. I think they are about to hit us with that information. I feel it. I feel it coming. We didn't observe any foul play, but it was a mystery. Yes, a mystery. His wallet in a whole nother location. His wallet in a whole nother location. His car's in a whole nother location. And his body is in a whole nother county. Yeah, it's very mysterious. It doesn't sound like an accident to me. So I just have a feeling they're about to hit us with no foul play. And that's going to be a bad decision. But if I was Mama Bear, definitely it's time for independent autopsy. Soon y'all release him, and y'all done with this investigation, soon y'all release him, I will be sending my baby to another, get a new autopsy done, private, independent. Yes, I would. And that is why. Because it's not making sense, and it depends on especially what they're going to rule it as. Or what's going to be the result, the autopsy results. That's going to tell it too. What's going on. I'm not sure. They didn't give that detail about his keys. They just said his car was abandoned in a park. The clothes that he was wearing inside of the car, and his clothes he was wearing was inside the car, and his wallet was found, and his mama told us about the wallet on the street in a different location. So to me it sounded like somebody tried to rob him, and it was a robbery gone wrong, and they killed this boy. So did they come out with a news statement on him? Yeah, they did. Didn't they say the clothes he had on going to his principal was in the car? Yeah, you just coming in. I already talked about that. Yeah, it was in the car. It was in the car. I don't know yet, LaKendra. I don't know. They not saying who found the body. All they saying is they identified his body today as Jelani Day. And they say all the other information they got to get from LaSalle Peru. The coroner's office got to release all of that. But they know, because it's 24 days later, so the reporters was getting in their ass. Like, it's 24 days later. I know y'all know the manner of death, the autopsy results. Why can't we get those? And he said, LaSalle Peru has to be the one to give those. But I got a feeling they finna come with some BS. And if they do, Mom needs to get an independent autopsy done. Because I'm not understanding how you had this. Because he's saying they found a body 24 hours later. But mama saying they found the body maybe a couple weeks ago, about a week or so ago. Yeah, they saw him on the camera. They was able to identify him on the camera. They identified him on the camera leaving a store, going inside a store, and what he had on. And what he had on was in that in his abandoned car. So they did see him on camera. They did. But y'all got a lot of questions. Got a whole lot of questions. And they got to come up with some answers. Because something is not making sense here. And the officer is not really being specific, because it's not making sense. He's been missing for 25 days. But you saying you found a body 24 hours later. Is that the body you found in the river? That's what I'm saying. Is that the body you found in the river? Or are we talking about another body? Because y'all did say there was a body found in Illinois River. So I'm confused. Are we speaking of two different bodies? Because if you find him 24 hours later, I mean, you had him for 25 days. And mama's been searching, not thinking that was her baby. Because she said it on the news. I don't think that's my baby. It's been 25 days. But still, they didn't identify that body that they had. So my question is, what was they doing? Just holding it? Was I just holding the body down there? That's just suspicious to me. It does not make sense. Maybe he was followed, robbed, and killed. That's what I'm getting to, because like I said, that happens a lot up there in Illinois. I mean, it happens everywhere, but he was a nice looking guy driving a nice looking car, but like, you know what I'm saying, he had a little money, going to school to be a doctor, doing his thing. And I'm thinking somebody tried to rob him, and it was a robbery gone wrong. His fraternal brothers, his frat brothers was looking for him. Everybody was looking for him, because he normally always calls his mom. And that's how he missed days of class, and that's when they filed the police report. But still, that's not making sense. They got to be more clearer when they hold their press conference, because it's not making sense. It's not making sense. You saying, because I didn't know about the 24 hours later you found a body, but I did know about you found a body in Illinois River. So the question is, who is that? Are we speaking of the same body, or are we speaking of two bodies, multiple bodies? Yes, me too, MH. I am. And I just don't understand. Can you keep... I don't... There's multiple ways you can identify a body. I just never known it to be 25 days to do it. And this, I don't know, even by dental records, it don't take 30 days. I don't think, I know it don't. I mean, how many autopsies been identified by dental records? It don't be no 30 days, almost no 30 days. So I'm confused here. This woman had to fight for 25 days. Bruh. You in the street. For 25 days. To get answers about her son that's been missing. But she did say she noticed a decline. She noticed a decline in the investigation once they found a body. And she was speaking of the one they found in the river. So I didn't know the whole time they found another body. Well, I'm thinking it's another body. So I don't know if it's the same body, a different body. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't know. It's not making no sense. It's not making no sense. Hey, Kathy. Yeah, but I definitely don't believe it's an accident. I hope they do not come out with no foul play and it was an accident. No, or suicide. I don't want to hear none of that. Even, okay, so if they did find a body in the river, you can identify them by their dental records and other things. So, because they're not being clear on the body that we all know about or heard about was found weeks ago. Okay? And the mama didn't believe it was him. But the officer just said it was a body that they recovered him 24 hours later. So even if the body was unidentifiable, they could do it by dental records. And I don't think it takes 25, 30 days for dental records. And he also said it was an issue with the DNA because mama said her and her family gave the police their DNA to identify him. So even if he wasn't identifiable, I mean, yeah, they still, from what he's saying, they still use DNA and dental records, but they identified him by dental records. So even if his body was deteriorating and ate up by aquatic creatures, they identify him by his teeth. And that still don't take almost 30 days. That don't take almost 30 days. So then I'm wondering what the hell is going on. Still, but they're not being clear on what body. Because the mama's making it seem like they been found a body, but they're not telling her nothing. They still haven't identified this body. So she thinking, okay, it's been all this time. This might not be my son, because they would tell me if this was my son. Yeah, that's what I asked at the beginning. So what did he have on when y'all found Jelani? If the clothes he had on was in his car. That's exactly what I asked in the beginning. What he have on? You could look, Kendra. Because they all got distinctive legs. Y'all have a distinctive legs. So then it makes me wonder, okay, the body in the river, how long the body was in the river? And is this the same body that you say you found 24 hours later after he was reported missing? Y'all found the body the next day. So who is this other body that's been located? So I'm thinking he must be talking about the same body. And it shouldn't have been that unidentifiable. But it's not making sense. Yeah, because that's not making sense. What he's saying not making sense. Are we talking about two different bodies? Are we talking about the same body? Because the mother came on the press conference, said there's been a body found, but she said they said don't have the chemical agent to identify him. So I don't know. She said she don't know who it is. But then they come out days later saying we identified Jelani Day in LaSalle, Peru. But I don't know if that's the guy that was found in the river, because he's saying they found them 24 hours later. So I'm confused. I'm confused. They confused the hell out of me. Like, I don't know, y'all. I don't know. But I'm going to find out. Oh, I'm going to be searching today. I'm going to be searching today. Hey, John Q. Hey, how you been? Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. John Q, how long does it take to identify a body with dental records? Because I'm thinking if a body was, I don't know, they still would have blood and DNA inside of them. If they was in the water, they still would have blood and DNA. So they could have did it by DNA too. But they didn't have the chemical agent, so that was an excuse for the DNA. So they used a dental record. So how long would it take to identify a body by dental records? I would say like, what, 2 weeks? 2 weeks? I mean, I would have been there since day one, and at least you're going to find out who he is. I don't know why she asked to go look at him, or maybe they didn't let her go look at the body. Because she could have been able to, I would think, unless he was just completely unidentifiable. Just like from head to toe. If that's the case, then okay, I see why y'all didn't let her identify him. At least see. But they ain't let her see him. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe it is that bad. Maybe his body was that unidentifiable. I don't know. It's just not making sense, though. I'm trying to figure out where is my... It's taking them so long when they look at the door. I don't know, give me some yogurt. So something's not adding up, y'all. I don't know what it is, but I'm going to find out. Because it's like, soon as his case got in the spotlight, they hurry up and came out and did a press conference. They hurried up and came out and identified him. But the mama alone couldn't get no answers. She had to go to different news stations. Other people had to spread it and share it and share it and share it. And finally, once people raised hell about Illinois, now they come out. It's just ironic, a little ironic. Now y'all come out and say, oh, the body is identified as Jelani Day. Huh? So how long did you know this was this woman's son? Within the records, it can take 48 to 72 hours if the coroner requests those records immediately. If not, it could take 10 to 14 days. Okay. Okay, that's what I thought. Because by dental, yeah, because you're still going to have your bones. You're still going to have your teeth. You're still going to have your bones, your teeth. They couldn't do DNA because they said they was lacking a chemical agent to identify and match his DNA to his family's. So they had to know for a while. That's what I'm coming up with. Thank you, John. So they must have known for a while. But I need to find out if it's the same body or a different body. The same body, or are we talking about multiple bodies? Because right now, I don't know how many bodies we're talking. Because that officer confused me. He didn't help me. He confused me. He made me more confused. Oh, yes. They dropped the ball. They dropped it bad. And it's not looking good. It's not looking good. So now the family just found out. They was just notified and now they're grieving. After 24 days missing. After 24 days of missing. And y'all had a body in custody. But y'all was lacking the equipment to identify the body. That's a problem. That's a problem. So could no other corner agency or the place okay. Yeah, I'm gonna find out. I'm definitely going to see what Mama Bear has to say, because I need to find out when that body was found. I need to find out when that body was found. So I'm finna get up off here, y'all. I'm gonna go look up and see when exactly they discovered this body, the exact date. And yeah, because it's not making sense. I need to find out the exact date they found the body at the river. That's what I gotta find. The exact date. Because that police officer said 24 hours later. That would mean August the 24th. You found him August the 25th. He was reported missing August 24th. He was found, is what you, by what they're saying, 24 hours later, that's the 25th. It is September the 3rd. That don't make sense to me. Even by dental records, it still just don't take that long. It's not making sense. So yeah, let me figure this out. I need to call my daughter. Okay, you too. You too. Thank you.